The Commissioner of the Namibia Revenue Agency, all protocols observed, good afternoon. I am Elise Joseph. I am the Manager, Customs Post Clearance Audit. My responsibility today is to deliver to you or to give you an overview on the procedures with regards to the import and export or in the creative industry. The Department of Customs within the Namibia Revenue Agency regulates the flow of goods and collects duties on behalf of the state for goods that have been imported and exported out of the Namibian territory. The Department of Customs and Excise is also responsible to control all the exit and entry points of Namibia. And to be specific, we have 35 entry and exit points in Namibia. The effective customs administration rests on the fundamental notion that duties and taxes are collected fairly and indiscriminately for the overall economic and social benefit of the Namibian citizens. This means that you and I, as individuals and businesses, are liable to pay our duties and taxes, and from the Department of Customs and Excise, this would be dependent on the rate of duties, also the country of origin and other factors of where you are importing your goods from or where you are exporting them to. The Namibia or the Department of Customs and Excise is guided by the Customs and Excise Act in delivering or in the execution of its duties and functions. The mandate of the of the Department of Customs and Excise is to facilitate trade through the movement of goods and people across borders. This means that we are here to ensure that you don't incur unnecessary costs as travelers or traders in and out of Namibia. We also collect revenue on behalf of the state. We are also here to protect the economic interests of the business, of the domestic business industry. At the sphere that we are in, which is the creative industry, this would be, to give an example, would be talking about the trademarks or the brands that are registered or created within our Namibian territory, whereby you would register your brands or your trademarks with BIPA. As Customs and Excise, we may enforce to ensure that your brands are not counterfeited within the borders of Namibia and outside our territories, provided that you are registered. If you are not registered, there is really not much we can do for you. Hence, we encourage you to register in order for us as a department and as an agency to protect your brands and your trademarks. The Namibia Revenue Agency, which is the Department of Customs and Excise, is also here to ensure that we protect our society by ensuring that restricted and prohibited goods do not enter our territory. This is not, the list is endless, but to mention a few is we're talking about counterfeited goods, which would have a great impact, especially in the creative industry that we are looking at or that we are discussing with, right, having discussions today to ensure that your goods are protected, and also other products, other restricted products such as narcotics, weapons of mass destruction, and other prohibited or restricted goods. And for us to ensure that those goods or commodities that require permits enter or leave the territory of Namibia with the required permits. Travelers or traders, including those in the creative industry, are subjected to temporary import and export, by which their goods are required to be declared. But what we mean by this is, for example, you are an artist, visual arts, or you have equipment that you would like to take outside of Namibia for an exhibition or a show that you're going to perform outside. You are required to declare your goods, temporary export, and re-import them in same state. In this regard, you will not be liable to duties and taxes, but I will take you through the procedure. Vis-a-vis, if you temporarily import your goods, you may re-export them out of Namibia in the same state. And to go into customs formalities, as in exactly how this happens, is that for temporary exportation, a procedure to temporarily export goods out of the country with the intention to import them back into Namibia in the same state or after repair. Now, this applies to non-commercial goods as well as personal effects. Here we are talking about your personal laptop, your guitar, your piano, your stage, or whatever other goods you are taking out, your sculptures that are returning back into Namibia in the same state with no value addition. What you are required to do for this, to re-import it, is you must declare. Goods need to be declared on a baggage declaration upon departure, and ensure that you carry your supporting documents when you return as, as proof that the goods have returned in the same state, so that no, you will not pay any duties and taxes on these goods. For commercial exports, for example, fine arts and visual arts, you are required to declare your goods on a SAT 500 through a clearing agent, also indicating the purpose of the export. Attach all your supporting documents, such as commercial invoices, such as your commercial invoices and packing lists, to your declaration. Present this to customs for further processing. However, you will be doing this with the assistance of the clearing agents. When you return your goods to Namibia, this would be referred to by the Customs and Excise Department as a re-importation. Hence, if the goods return to Namibia in the same state, then the goods will be allowed. However, if the goods have been processed or repaid, duties and taxes applicable will be charged according to where or how much repair was done on those goods. Temporary importation is also accepted at the Namibia Revenue Agency. Uh, this is a customs and excise procedure allowing for temporary importation of goods into Namibia for a certain period, with an intention to export them to their country of origin. What you are required to do in this regard is to declare all goods in your possession to the Customs and Excise Office at the entry point with a clearing agent on a SAT 500. Attach all your supporting documents, such as your invoices, packing lists, and purchase orders. When you do this, you are required to complete a provisional payment on Form NA70, which you will do with the assistance of a clearing agent. Goods are also subjected to an inspection for ease of identification upon re-exportation. And in this regard, you are required to ensure that you have marks, serial numbers, and also have the correct quantities so that the goods are easily verifiable. Temporary importation into Namibia is valid for a period of 6 months, subject to re-export in the same state. However, you might find yourself in a situation where you are required to keep the goods here longer than 6 months. You may apply for an extension to the Department of Customs, which will allow you an extended period to keep the goods longer in the country. The procedures that are required for re-exportation requires that as the exporter of this good, goods must be entered according or exited according to the relevant procedure, which is also done with the clearing agent who will frame your documents for you, which is the SAT 500. Together with your NA 70, they will also help you to complete your NA 71, which will assist you to claim your provisional payment which you had paid at importation of this good. These documents are then submitted by a clearing agent to the customs office at the exit point for further processing. And also do take note that an inspection will be undertaken during the time of export to ensure or to verify that what was imported in the country is indeed what is being exported, and when it is exported, it is being exported in the same state. In addition to what I have mentioned is that uh, trade members or travelers in the creative industries may be also subjected to random selection or for inspection by customs officers. This is simply to verify that you are not carrying any additional goods that have not been declared to customs, or ensuring that you are not carrying any other goods that are contrary to the laws and regulations of the Republic. And with that, those few words, thank you.